Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from the Meadowlands Racetrack here on Friday. It is October the 11th, 2019. I'm going to look at all the races on the thoroughbred portion of the program from the Meadowlands, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections for race courses around the world. I'm not going to look at the harness races because I prefer the thoroughbred races, which is very weird. When I got into the sport, I got into the harness, which not a lot of people know, but yeah, so we're going to look at the thoroughbreds. We have 6 all-turf races to look at. Let's get on to it. I think they're good races. The first race in the Big M, it is an allowance optional claimer purse, $37,500 race for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upwards. Number 1, 2 races, a main claim starter or state bred allowance race, or an optional claim price, $25,000 here. We have a field of 9 horses going to the lawn. The distance of ground is 1,700 meters, if y'all want to go by that, or the distance of ground of 1 mile and 1/16th on the Meadowlands turf course. 1 mile, 1/16th here. Excuse me, top selection. I'm going to go to the number 2 horse. I'm listening. I'm going to go 2-4-5-1 in the superfecta. 2-4-5-1 super. Top selection 2 horse. I'm listening. This 5-year-old mare by Frood. Mary Epler trains. Angel Suarez picks the mount up. The horse's most recent outing came the 16th of September at Delaware. About a mile on the lawn. Allowance price $41,000. And the horse won by 1 1/4 lengths that day. Was the 80 cents to the dollar favorite. Should have won it and won quite nicely. Stalked early on. He got the lead on the inside. And he just went away to a very nice victory. Before that, a mom at the mile on the lawn and allowance race $57,000 against state breds. He won by 2 1/4 lengths there, and it was few and far between when he ran against state breds, but he took off clear from a stalking position, and at 20 cents a dollar, he should have won anyway, impressively. And then at Delaware, mile 70 allowance race $37,000, finished second by neck that day. He stalked, he just missed, he got caught in the stretch, but he ran a terrific race. His most recent form lines have been good. I think he'll handle the Meadowlands turf course. He's drawn well. 6-1, let's give him a shot. So to recap my selections for the first one, the Meadowlands, going to go with the 2 horse. I'm listening. I'm going to go 2-4-5-1 in the superfecta. Race number 2 now. It's a claim race, purse $20,000. Races for fillies, mares, 3-year-olds and upwards. Going for a claim price $10,000 here. 14 horses are entered, but only 10 could go to the lawn. The distance of ground here, again, of 1,700 meters, with the distance of ground of 1 mile and 1/16th, again, on the Meadowlands turf course, 1 mile and 1/16th. And keep in mind, the rail is out today at 17 feet. I think I forgot to mention that early on. But the top selection here in the second, I'm going to go with the 7 horse, Miss Aha Brown. I'm going to go 7-6-10-4 in the superfecta. 7-6-10-4 super. Top selection 7 horse, Miss Aha Brown. Ruben Silvera is on this one. 6-year-old mare by Big Brown. Scott Lake trains. The horse's most recent outing came claiming it at Delaware, 7.5 on the 26th of September, and the horse finished 4th by 3 lengths. He stalked early on, do it a little bit, but then he just kind of hit the wall at the end. It wasn't a day to win. Before that, Parks mile 16th off turf and claimed 20. On the dirt, he doesn't really run his best races. His last few dirt races have been crap. He finished 7th by 29 1/4 lengths. Just throw that race out. Also, he didn't break well. And then at Monmouth, mile 16th, and claiming 10:50. He finished 3rd by 3 1/4 lengths. He set the pace early on. He got caught in the stretch run, but he ran a terrific race. He's going to be leaving today. Not a lot of pace in this race, and I think, with him being the only speed, I think it could be dangerous. 9-2, I'm going to take him here. To the point of, if you're going to play the pick 6, I would single him here. I think he's a very logical single. So to recap my selection for the second from the Meadowlands, going to take the 7 horse, Miss Aha Brown. We'll go 7-6-10-4 in the superfecta. Race number 3 from the Meadowlands is a claiming race per $16,500 race for 3-year-olds or 4-year-olds and upwards. Which number 1 through race here? I don't know why they had to write 3 or 4-year-olds and upwards. Well, they just couldn't write 3-year-olds and upwards. But we have a field of 14 horses. Again, 11 through 14 are also eligible. It's only 10 to go. The distance of ground of 1,700 meters, or 1 mile and 1/16th. 1 mile, 1/16th here. The top selection, I'm going to take the number 7 horse here. Hope again. I'm going to go 7-2-6-4 in the superfecta. 7-2-6-4 super. Top selection, 7 horse, Hope again. 3-year-old Gillen by Saif here. Hector Diaz Jr. gets the leg up. The horse's most recent outing came 22nd of September at Monmouth. Mile 16th and claimed 12.50, and the horse won by 3 3/4 lengths. He stalked early on. He got the lead, and at 30 cents a dollar, he just won quite nice. It was a good going-away victory. Before that, claiming 16 at Monmouth, mile 16th, September the 1st. He finished 4th by 6.5 lengths there. And he was very wide, and he just never had the good turn of foot, kind of weakened out of it. Just he couldn't keep up with those tougher horses, can't speak. And then before that, Monmouth 1 mile and a claiming 12.50. He won by a nose there, stepping down from the race before. He was a little fractious, which he could get sometimes before a race, but didn't matter because he won nicely, and he won the race before and claiming 16th at Monmouth. claiming 16 at Monmouth very nicely by 2 lengths. He's versatile. You can see it a little bit closer. He come from a little bit farther behind. He's done his best running from closer, so hopefully he'll be a little closer at 3-1. I'm going to take him here. So to recap my selection for third from the Meadowlands, it's claiming race here. I'm going to go with the 7-horse Hope again. We're going to go 7-2-6-4 in the superfecta. Race number 4 now from the Meadowlands. Claiming race again per $17,000. Race for fillies, mares, 3-year-olds, and upwards number 1-2 races here. Going for a claim price $14,000. 13 horses again are entered, only 10 could go. The distance of ground of 1,700 meters, or that distance of ground of 1 mile and 1/16th on the Meadowlands lawn, the turf course. 1 mile 1/16th here. And mile 16th starts getting a good use today. But the top selection, we'll go with the number 1 horse, Sun Wrenched. I'm going to go 1-2-6-7 in the superfecta, 1-2-6-7 super. Top selection, 1 horse, Sun Drenched. This 3-0 filly by Got Stormy, or Scat Stormy. Angel Sarares gets the leg up. The horse's most recent outing came 24th of August at Monmouth, mile 16th and claiming 30,000. And the horse finished 7th by 7 lengths. He stalked early on, but then he just hit the wall completely. He just couldn't keep up with those better horses there, but it was a better race than the race for it came to Saratoga, mile on the inner and claiming 440. He finished 7th by 4 3/4 lengths. He didn't break all that well. He hit the gate going out of it, and he just really never showed up. He kind of got dazed after that started. And then up at Belmont, mile 16th on the inner and claiming 30. He finished second by a half length. He stalked early on. He had a great turn of foot late, but he missed a break. If he probably got the break, he would have won. That's the problem with him. He sometimes doesn't break, but if he could break, he could win. He's stepping down to lowest condition today, and I think he's against horses he can win against. 7-2, let's single him also in the pick 6. So to recap my selection for the 4th from the Meadowlands, going to take the 1 horse Sun Drenched. I'm going to go 1-2-6-7 in the superfecta. Let's single the 1 horse in that pick 6. Race number 5, the feature of the afternoon from the Meadowlands. It's an allowance optional claimer purse, $35,000. Race for fillies, mares, 3-year-olds, and upwards number 1 race, main claim starter or state bred allowance race. Going for an optional claim price, $16,000. 12 are entered, but only 10 could go. Again, the distance of ground of, guess what again? 1,700 meters, or 1 mile and 1/16th on the Meadowlands lawn, the turf course. Mile 16th. Top selection, we're going to go to the outside gate to the number 10 horse, Tip at Tappet. We'll go 10-9-2-4 in the superfecta, 10-9-2-4 super. Top selection, 10 horse, Tap at Tappet, 3-year-old filly by Tappet. Michael Match trains. Krista Carlo, the Jersey veteran, gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came 21st September at Monmouth, mile 16th in the allowance race, 47,000, and he finished second by 3 lengths. He sat back early towards the back of the pack, but had a great turn of foot late. He showed promise that day. Before that, he ran at Saratoga, mile on the inner turf course, opposite claimer. He didn't show a lot of promise that day. He finished 10th by 4 3/4 lengths. He didn't break all that well. It was very wide, and he just couldn't keep up with those better New York horses. And then a Monmouth, mile 16th, main special weight, 46,000. He won by a length. He stalked. He got the lead, and then he won. But he was a little bit drifting in the stretch, but he got the job done there. And then he just couldn't run these good races against the New York horses. But just keep in mind, in his debut, he lost a newspaper record at Saratoga last summer on yielding turf course, where the horse didn't do anything. Newspaper record went on to win the Miss Grillo and the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Phillies Turf last year. Was at one point rated the best horse in the world until until Derby Day, when they ran her in the American Turf, or I can't remember the Philly equivalent of that race, and then she kind of fallen off the map. But last year, newspaper record was good horse, but this horse just wasn't getting to her there. But a step down class against the Jersey horses here, 4-1. I think he's going to run well, so let's take him. So to recap my selection for the 5th from the Big M, let's take the 10 horse Tap at Tappet. We'll go 10-9-2-4 on the superfecta. The nightcap for the thoroughbreds from the Meadowlands. Race number 6 now. It's claim race purse, $15,500. Race for fillies, mares, 3-year-olds and upwards, number 1-2 races. Claim price $7,500. 12 horses entered, but only 10 could go. This time a different distance, finally. The distance of ground of 1,000 meters, or 5 furlongs on the Meadowlands turf course. 1,000 meters, 5 furlongs turf course. Top selection, we're going to go to the rail to the 1 horse Mazzabella. I'm going to go 1-8-6-5 in the superfecta, 1-8-6-5 super. Top selection, 1 horse Mazzabella. I hate matzo balls, by the way. My grandmother had a friend who was Jewish, and she used to make great matzo balls, and that's the only person's matzo balls I would eat. But her secret was, and I always remember it, because you're not supposed to do this. I think you're not supposed to do this. Her secret to her matzo balls was butter, and if I'm not mistaken, I'm not Jewish, but I'm pretty sure Jewish people can't, or if it's kosher, you can't do butter with kind of chicken soup like that. I don't think meat and dairy mix, if I'm not mistaken, with the Jewish culture, but I could be wrong. But that's the only the only ladies matzo balls I'll eat. But other than that, they're all crap. But like I said, house selection matzo Bella, the one horse, 8-5 here. Hector Dias Jr.'s on this one. He's stepping up down in loads of class. Most recently ran against Lounge horses at Belmont last week. 7 furlongs on the slop in a Lounge race, 66,000 for New York breds. The horse finished 7th by 47 lengths there, and the dirt races for this horse have been subpar. Throw the race out before that, though. At Belmont, excuse me. 6 furlongs in her turf course in a Lounge race, 66,000. The horse finished 4th by 6 3/4 lengths. Didn't break all that well, and that cost the horse at the end, but she didn't run so bad. Race before again was on turf, on the dirt at Saratoga. Really ran crafty, not a dirt horse, and then we're in a decent place in a 6 furlong turf sprint at Belmont back in June, but dropping down to a lower claim price to the 5 furlong trip. She ran these good 5 furlong races at Gulfstream last year. She's going to be speed from the inside. I don't think she's going to be stopped. To end off the card, we're going to single this horse. So we have 3 singles out of the 6 races. So the other races will go actually 4 deep in, since we're going to find those singles. But 8-5, she's the speed from the rail. I think she's going to hold up, so let's take her. So to recap my selection for the 6 from Meadowlands, going to take the 1 horse Mazzabella. We'll go 1-8-6-5 in the superfecta. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck.